gosh darn it.
I'm speaking this way, so I might as well have it the way I'm supposed to have it.
Are we doing it yet?
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We can't set up for anything.
There we go.
We're still a trash cast.
It's a good one.
Did you get all that?
Interesting.
I'm not gonna follow you guys' game. Did you guys ever do the? Did you guys ever do the thing where I don't know what it's called, the patty cake games when you were younger?
Yeah.
Is there do the?
I couldn't come up with the name. All I knew was.
Do this too. Do this too.
Hey.
What?
What?
What? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another exciting episode of the CodeO-cast.
What is wrong with us?
I will never get a clean intro. It's been ages since I had a clean intro.
Have we ever had a clean intro?
Yes, and you just adopted the tradition of interrupting me.
I didn't start it. I just kept it going.
I literally just said that. You adopted it.
I didn't start it though.
My name is Omar, and I am here with...
Codes.
Freddy.
Hilario.
Hilario?
Hilario.
Hilario.
Like Wario?
Like,
What?
Yeah.
Iwario? You're Iwario. What's the proper pronunciation of your name, though?
Hilario.
Hilario.
With 2 R's or 1 R?
1 R.
Hilario.
It should have 2.
No,
It
it's
sounds like it
Hilario.
Sounds like it could be a name for a
Not every
cereal.
R has to be double R, Omar.
What'd you say?
It sounds like it could be a name for a cereal.
A cereal. Oh, Hilarios.
Yeah, dude.
What would your cereal be?
Obviously,
It-
Hilarios.
No. What would
It'd
be?
be
What
O's,
kind of
but with
cereal would
what?
it be?
Yeah,
Yeah,
what's
what's
the color? What's the aesthetic?
Yeah.
What's the mascot?
Like,
What's
sell me your cereal here.
What's the musk here?
I would
What?
say I would go for like a chocolate peanut butter.
Interesting.
Mix.
Of course.
'Cause that's like my favorite thing.
And
And
what
what's
would the
the
marshmallows be?
What?
What would the marshmallows be?
Ooh, would I have marshmallows? I think I would have marshmallows. Probably like a dark chocolate.
What's
Dark
the cereal
chocolate
mascot?
marshmallows.
The shapes?
Just classic oval shape.
Ah.
Oh, the oval shape?
Little
Or you mean the
circle
or the
ones,
O's?
yeah, the little-
Okay,
the
O's.
Little
So
circle
it would
ones.
be dark brown and orange O's.
So it's like a mixture of Cheerios and the
It's
peanut
like
butter
Reese's
one.
Puffs?
Reese's Puffs.
and Cheerios had a baby.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What you, Freddy? What kind of cereal would you have?
It would be like Raisin Bran.
Excuse me?
That's all you'll hear after eating Freddy's cereal.
I don't know, man.
I don't
Just whatever. Probably be like some honey thingy or whatever. It would
Oh,
be shaped
honey.
like a honeycomb.
Oh.
Have a mascot of a bee and everything.
Oh. I'm assuming that's your favorite, honeycomb?
Mm.
No, it's not my favorite, but it's pretty good. Time
pretty
to
good.
time. I don't really eat it too often. I think my favorite is actually like Apple Jacks or whatever.
Apple Jacks.
Haven't had those in a while.
They were like my favorite commercials to watch on TV, but I never had them. Like mom
Oh,
would
is it because the two mascots, the apple and the wait,
the apple and
Yeah.
the cinnamon.
the apple and
Yeah.
cinnamon.
They never. My mom just never bought them. Like she always got the old reliable, which was a Cocoa Crispy, not Cocoa Krispies, Cocoa Puffs. There you go.
Yeah.
And what were the Flintstone ones?
Fruity Pebbles.
Fruity Pebbles, yeah.
Cocoa
Fruit-
Pebbles.
Cocoa Pebbles.
She grabbed me
Pebbles.
us Cocoa Pebbles. Fruity Pebbles are pretty good, just depending on what she grabbed.
Oh, so
ever
you
at a
don't
given
like
time.
them fruity then, alright?
They're pretty good when they're fruity. I think they're just sweeter. The chocolate kind of makes a good soothing taste as it goes down the tongue.
I like the Fruity Pebbles more because it's really sugary.
Really, sugar?
It's really sugary.
I remember I
Especially
used-
milk afterwards.
Yeah, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm scared to go to dentist anytime soon because I'm scared of how many cavities they're gonna tell me I have.
When was the last time you went to a dentist?
Dude, I got like all of mine filled for like a huge amount of money.
I graduated in 2017.
Pretty
I
much.
guess that's the last time you were at a
Yeah.
dentist.
Yeah, my senior year in high school. Because that's when I still had insurance. Now I
Yeah.
don't.
How good is your hygiene? Do you brush your teeth every day and night and after meals?
No,
Do
only
you
if,
floss?
no,
You got-
Do you use
floss.
mouthwash?
no.
Probably
I
no
have a
cavities.
water
sword. I brush every morning.
Every night?
Not every night, every morning.
Yeah.
You know what you need, Omar? What's up? You need a water sword.
But I have, yeah, he has a water sword. It's really cool.
That's what I used to floss. It's like this little thing that you can interchange like the ends, and when you turn it on, it's just like a stream of water, so it flosses and cleans your mouth at the same time.
You need that, Freddy.
Yeah, my dad's got that.
It's a
Ever
friggin'
since he-
setup, though.
Yeah. Ever since he got like the whole like dental thing or whatever, he got his braces and stuff. He's already off the braces, but like he's been really big on like oral hygiene. So he's got like water picks and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's what I have, the water pick.
Yeah,
That's cool.
It's awesome.
I'm just happy I have like straight teeth. Like at least have that going for me. But aside from that, I'm pretty sure
I hate it. My
I don't
teeth.
even think dentists have good dental hygiene. I think it's just hard to maintain your teeth.
teeth are very important.
Yeah.
They play a big part in how your overall health is.
Yeah.
Especially if you like coffee like
Apparently.
me, where they just you can't just keep them white, man.
Apparently, I mean, it makes sense that a lot of oral hygiene affects like your overall health because this is where you take in everything from outside.
So if it's already, it's kind of like a filter. If your filter's already dirty, it's gonna be even worse when it's going in.
Yeah,
Exactly.
apparently it has a lot of ties to like your the way your heart is, the way your body is overall. Like a lot of it has to do with your oral hygiene.
Maybe that's why I haven't gone down in weight. I need to brush my teeth more.
Maybe. Or maybe watch what you're eating.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm good.
Interesting.
I need to start working out again. I need to start running. I really liked running, like running in laps. Just, I don't know. It's just exciting, especially to race this guy.
Yeah,
We'd
that
always
was
be like
great.
neck and neck.
Mm-hmm.
It was really fun.
Dang.
Yeah.
No, dude. I don't know.
So what
Do it,
what
like,
is
twice a week?
twice a week? Yeah, we need to get back on that. We will get back on it.
Yeah.
What is your dental routine though? Like I'm sure yours is way better than yours, but what do you do?
My dental routine's not all that great either.
Oh, okay.
Just,
But it's way better. It's miles away from mine.
yeah, I just like brush your teeth morning and night. That's about it. I would do the flossing, but I just find it a bit tedious, and I think there's still like that mouthwash that's upstairs, and I was doing that for a while, but I stopped doing that as well. So it's mostly just brushing your teeth morning and night.
Yeah.
And sometimes after meals, depending on what I eat. But that's on a rare occasion when I'm like, wow, that was really bad. I should probably brush my teeth.
Especially if it's something like meat where it gets stuck between his like I should brush.
Yeah, that and or if it's something like really sweet, like if you eat like any cake and stuff like that, anything that just has a lot of sugar, because sugar is what like really kills your teeth. So yeah.
Oh yeah.
Last time I had a cake was a really big table someone was having a birthday and they had so much cake they just gave me the last slice.
Oh wow.
And it was no joke a good slice. It was this thick, it was this tall.
Dang.
It was a really good slice and they had a good cake. It was a pretty good cake.
Nice, dude. I can see it.
Yeah. But yeah,
Still showing.
You just see like a freaking cake slice right here and like a shape.
the shape just sticking out. But yeah, what do you have to do since your mouth's messed up too?
So recently I just got my mouth fixed up at the dentist. All I need is one more root canal back here, and that's it. But now the way I take care of my teeth is I use only 2 settings on my toothbrush. So there's like one setting that gets like the majority of everything out, and there's a second setting that goes faster and it gets like the finer details out. So I just use those one, or I use the first one to get everything good, and then I use the second one to just clear everything off. So that's like the final touch. And then with the water pick, I use 2 different nozzles. One has like a brush. It's like a 3-pronged brush, and that one you just brush off like any like plaque or stuff like that's on your teeth, and the water just washes it out instantly. And then the second one is more fine tip, so that goes in between the teeth. So in a sense, you're flossing too. Like you're doing everything you can to just make sure everything is gone.
It's a 3-in-1.
Yeah.
3 in 1.
Well, 2.
It's
Flossing and brushing. Just need the mouthwash.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I don't have is a mouthwash. That's it.
Insert fart noise.
Insert fart noise. You remember when that time that David did the fart noise?
Yeah.
With his,
I
with his
still
palms?
can't do that.
It was much louder than I thought it was gonna be. He did it at a good distance. I can't do it.
I can't do that. Anytime I try to do it, it just sounds like somebody fapping. It sucks.
Oh my gosh.
See?
But yeah, in summation, I'm scared of going to the dentist the next time I go. They're probably gonna be ashamed of me. They'll be like, "Take care of your teeth. Be taking care of them."
With this
It
root canal
happens.
and the crown back here, it's gonna be up to $2,000 that my mouth has been costing.
Rest in peace, your mouth.
Oh, wow.
No, rest in peace, your wallet. My bad. Have you guys ever had a silver tooth?
Oh yeah.
Like a whole tooth? No.
Silver tooth.
I remember chewing a piece of gum and it just ripped out one day. I'm like, oh, all right.
Wow.
You ripped out a silver tooth?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
A piece of gum did that to you.
Yeah. Like I was chewing gum on
Some
my
gum.
right side.
Right.
Don't say the brand.
No. It was on my left side because
Mhm.
this tooth is the one that's like they pulled out. This
Mhm.
one they saved, but this one was a silver tooth and it had like a spacer in between, so my
Mhm.
teeth don't shift, which they now did because the spacer's gone. And then the piece of gum just took it out. I'm like, wait, that's my tooth. I can't put it back in. No, it was stuck to the gum. I'm like, no,
It was stuck to the gum.
Yeah, it was stuck to the gum. I couldn't get it out.
Either the gum is too good, or the glue that they used for your tooth wasn't that good.
They don't glue it. They just like numbed it, and then they told me to bite down, so like the metal edges would just go directly into my gums. They didn't like glue anything.
So it just hooks on instead. I thought it was like some
It
sort
just
of glue or something.
it just delves into your into your gums, into your skin, and just stays there forever.
It's more the dentures that they glue.
Yeah. It's dentures and porcelain caps. Like the one I have.
Freddy's
Yeah.
gonna be a celebrity with his mouth.
Am I?
You said so.
I didn't say anything about that.
Yeah, you're like you're.
You're talking about the whole like because it's because the orthodontist that I went to go see to get my bottom two wisdom teeth taken out.
Mhm.
He's like apparently a really well-renowned dentist or orthodontist or something.
You got
or
lucky.
surgeon. Yeah, it's like I only went to him because I was like recommended to go to him, or what's it called again?
Transferred?
No,
Referenced?
no.
Referred?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's referred.
Yeah, referred to.
Probably too. Yeah.
Recommended.
Anyways, from the dentist I go to, it was for him, and like he has apparently been developing like this technique of removing wisdom teeth and stuff like that with like minimal cuttings and like faster healing from the recovery.
Yeah.
And he said he had a bunch of different. He has a conference to go to at the end of May.
Interesting.
And that he has like videos of like all these other different types of teeth that he's removed, but the one that he doesn't have is like flat teeth or the flat wisdom teeth, I guess.
Yeah.
But apparently that's what I have.
Oh.
Both of them were flat teeth, and so that's what he needed to get recording of is him operating on it, showing how his technique is done for that. And so yeah, my teeth are apparently going to show up in that conference thing whenever he does that.
Did you see how he set up? Like, did he have a GoPro, or was it like a tiny camera like over your mouth?
I was sedated. I don't remember.
Dang.
They had
Oh, wow.
signed up all the papers, everything. Dad just got all set. I barely even remember him like working on my mouth. I remember two instances like after I got sedated, and I was already it was in the morning too, and I didn't even sleep that well. So they just like they started up. Then once the sedation started going in, I was just basically just chilling. I just remember like just feeling less falling in whatever directions. Like feel like time passes, and then they were already walking on this teeth, and I was kind of feeling it a little bit. And then I felt like time passed again. They were already working on this teeth. This one hurt more than this one, but I wasn't like reacting because of the whole sedation. And then afterwards, I remember being like them saying like, "Are you done? We're gonna take you to your car." And I was like, "Okay." And then I remember being in just from there in the car. And yeah, so I don't remember what setup they had. I don't know what they used. I don't know anything about that. All I know is that it was recorded and they did work on my mouth, and it's gonna be in a conference.
Nice.
So yeah,
That's cool though. That's cool. Like you're gonna be featured in something.
yeah. And I mean, I totally get like the whole thing that he was doing because like I remember the first time getting the top two wisdom teeth taken out. That's just when they they just numb it and they just pull it. This one, I guess have to do like cutting and stuff like that because it was apparently really deep in there. Like this one is especially like close to like a nerve and stuff like that.
Jeez.
Yeah. So they said there was a risk of like my from my bottom lip down to my chin being numb for like a period of time. They said that depending on how it went, that it could be something for like a few days to a week to at worst case scenario, just never feeling my chin ever again. So yeah.
Hey, if you get a pimple there, you're never gonna feel it. So
everybody's gonna see it though.
Darn it.
Yeah. And so yeah, but like it's already been like it's Thursday. This happened earlier this week on Monday morning, and like it feels really like I feel fine. Like I don't feel anything wrong. I feel like I recovered faster from this procedure, which was like a worse thing than the one where they just pulled it out. So the dude's onto something.
Yeah.
He's he's got a lot of things in his office. I saw showing that he's got skills. So yeah, it's a good thing I got dental insurance though, because just that procedure alone was $1,600.
Damn.
Yeah. That whole thing.
My wallet.
And I was just taking out the 2 wisdom teeth, not even going back to the, taking out these top wisdom teeth, taking care of the other cavities and all that. So dental insurance really helped a lot this past few months.
What age do like wisdom teeth typically come in?
When you're wise.
Okay. Because I don't know if mine have come in, but I've heard everyone had experiences like that, and I still haven't had mine. Like, I don't even know if they've come in yet. Like, I haven't experienced any pain or anything.
Yeah, it's weird. From what I've heard about wisdom teeth, it's like sometimes it'll grow up slowly. Sometimes people won't really feel or whatever. But like, it's really dependent on like the people's mouth shape and stuff like that. But it is definitely like, well, at least when you're like teens onward, because it's the teeth that show up later that start like just messing with their regular teeth. That's why like your teeth start getting crowded up, or there's teeth that just get like moved around. Like in my mouth, I have like this teeth that's like pushed inward because there wasn't any space. But like apparently when they get braces and stuff like that, they're gonna work on like spacing it out to bring it back to the front.
Because I have this, like when I see in the mirror and I check out my mouth, like every once in a while when I think about it, I have this little tooth that's like coming in the back, but I don't know if that's the wisdom. It's at the very far back on the right. Probably. It's just tiny, like I can see the little crown of it on like just trying to poke in, but I've never experienced any pain back there.
Yeah, the weird thing is that if you do feel pain, it's already a bit late. Okay. You're not supposed to feel pain. Because if you're already starting to feel pain, some people, they'll feel pain, and this is all just secondhand information. Some people, they'll feel pain and stuff, and they'll just like let it subside. They'll get used to it, get over it after a while. But like the fact that you're feeling the pain in the first place is already a sign that your mouth is starting to get jacked up. So yeah, because I didn't feel anything with none of this. I didn't feel anything with either of these wisdom teeth or anything like that. They told me that at least with these, like, if I didn't take care of this as soon as possible, it was definitely going to mess me up later. So it's not about waiting until it hurts or until it's very uncomfortable. It's about just dealing with it when you know it's got to get done. The sooner, the better, apparently.
I see.
Because when you're older and your teeth's already set, then your teeth aren't going to give as much.
I mean, I guess that's kind of with everything. When you go and get checked out, it's like if they point out something, you should take care of it.
Yeah, there's money involved, so yeah, some people just can't do it.
America ain't the best with it though.
I mean, and Buzzy, I'm pretty sure you're not getting dental insurance by working at a restaurant. So
most definitely not.
My dad works at a university.
You know what freaked me out though? Like when I would in high school, I wanted to be a doctor, or at least that's what my mom implanted in my mind. That
Why you not become a doctor?
No, she was not. She's not Asian, despite what it looked like. My mom's not Asian.
You need to become the doctor.
I'm a good Mexican.
You need to get rich and buy me a new house.
Remove the accent, and yes, that's what she would say.
Oh my god!
Pretty much.
Did yours say that too?
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
It was implied.
Mine said it, but joked around about it.
Okay. How would yours say it?
My mom would be kind of like, I want you to go to school, get a good job, get lots of money, and just support me when I retire. I'm like, cool.
Now, my mom was like, I want you to go to school, get a good job, get a high-paying job. Now you can just buy me a new house, buy me a new car, and everything I need. I'm like, all right.
Oh, I mean, kids are investments.
You know? Yeah, they are. They are future investments.
The amount of money they've spent on kids is a lot. So you hope that they come up with something.
That's true.
And then they become crack addicts. What?
Are you a crack addict?
No. Are you?
No, not last time I checked.
Wherever the money goes, I guess.
I don't have the money for it.
Have you seen this guy's nails? You might be a crack addict.
Oh my god. Oh my gosh.
You're onto something. No.
Aren't I though?
Oh, Freddy saw through your disguise.
Oh no.
Dang.
Freddy can see through anything. You can't lie to Freddy.
Well, I mean, I do need glasses though, so.
Oh.
Push him up like, I have seen through your disguise.
Wait, for once I'm not the only one not wearing glasses. Heck yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
You do wear glasses though.
I know, but I don't wear them on the podcast.
You've been
next time you wear them.
Dang.
So he does wear glasses. You wish you wore glasses.
Dang,
Yeah,
dude.
I kind of do wish I would.
So what, are we making that a thing now? Now next episode I'm gonna be wearing glasses.
You don't want to wear glasses, dude. I mean, I like them because I'm used to them now, and I'm too afraid of jumping to contacts because I don't like messing with like having to accidentally put my eye.
Yeah, that's why he doesn't get costume contacts for his Kaneki cosplays.
I'm scared. I haven't even used regular contacts, much less the ones that cover your whole eye.
Yeah, that's what I was telling you. Just start off with like the basic ones if you're gonna go into that.
I remember
the
those
basic guys, not the sclera ones.
There was a kid in high school who came in with contacts that made his eyes look like tiger eyes. So he had the cat
oh my
one.
God.
Oh, those
It's
are
too
hard.
much.
I will say those are hard to work with because again, it's a single line.
Yeah.
Whereas regular ones, you can put them anyhow and they look.
I went up to
It can look like either sideways or
Yeah.
diagonal. One eye could look different from the other. You can look retarded. It's like it's hard to work with, honestly.
I went up to him and I was like, "Hey, what's up, dude? How's it going?" He's like, "Hey, it's just a cat." I'm like, "What you do?" He's like, "I'm wearing
eccentric.
It's
contacts,
like,
man."
I'm a neko, bro.
Cat now.
Yeah, dude.
I could tell they were
Yeah.
purposely meant to be like tiger eyes because they weren't like silly looking. They were,
Were
just
they
like,
orange?
Yeah, they were orange with
Yeah,
the
of
black
course,
black iris. So
Ah.
I was like, it was cool.
Yeah.
And for a middle school kid, it's easy to impress.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Middle school when you,
Just walk
those
up
middle
to
school
Justice.
years.
You're easily impressed, but you're easily
Depressed.
depressed. Yeah, there's the word. Anything can depress you.
Hell
Still
yeah.
depressed.
Oh,
In high school, you get even worse, and then in college, well, you just deal with your job. What?
wait. Since your mom said you're gonna get a good job.
That's why I became an artist.
Ooh.
And
Wait, how much did you sell your first artwork for?
I haven't sold a piece yet.
Oh.
So you should have said $5. You haven't said anything.
And I became a
Because
music
now your mom's gonna watch this
major.
podcast and be like, "You didn't make any money. He told me you made
What if-
millions."
What is the art piece you're most proud of though? Like what's something you made that like this is something I could sell?
A Pikachu.
Actually, no. I guess something I would be most proud of is a piece I made in printmaking class. Could probably show an image right now.
Yeah, we could throw it up.
Boom.
Boom.
Bam.
Wait, this is the
Wow.
middle
Wait,
one.
it's a little
Boom, right
too much,
here.
Too much in this side.
Right
Yeah.
in
Right on his face.
Right on my face.
Yes.
I'll figure out how to do that one.
Yes.
It usually just
We
like-
figured this out together.
We'll pull it back
That's
just so you can see
pretty
his face.
That'll be fun.
It's pretty much a picture, well, not a picture, an image of a seagull.
A seagull,
A seagull.
but is it like flying, like over the sea, or is it just the
No,
seagull?
kind of just perched on a log.
I think you mean it's a beach eagle.
A beach eagle.
Oh.
American.
Ooh, Merco.
That's cool, eh?
Yeah, that or a picture I took of a mantis also in printmaking class.
You took a picture of a mantis.
Of a praying mantis, yeah.
Where the heck did you find a praying mantis?
It was funny. I was actually there at church.
Really? You took a
What?
picture of it?
Yeah, like it was outside, like on the fence,
Mm-hmm.
kind of just chilling there, praying.
Jesus.
The mantis just are like, oh yes, holy Lord.
Oh yes, Lord, thank you for
Wow.
thy food. As it's eating its husband.
Oh, dude.
Forgive
the
me for
images
my
of praying
sin.
mantises you'll find online.
Yeah.
Forgive me for my
Say
sin, but I
those
must
two
eat.
are my proudest pieces yet.
What would you sell them for though? Like, what would be the price you'd put on that?
I would say maybe like 20, 25 bucks, depending, but maybe they're worth more.
Dude, imagine like you just see a praying mantis at the window, and then all of a sudden you're like, "Hey, look, $20."
It's not even an artwork of the praying
Yeah.
mantis. It just says $20. That's worth $20.
Holding it.
Yeah.
You should edit your artwork so it's the praying mantis just holding $20.
Yeah, dude.
So much is worth.
Oh, that'd be great.
Camera's been turned off the whole time.
Nice.
You can see the right dot.
Makes sense.
We are professionals.
Dude, praying mantis just walks up to your window and says, "Have you accepted Jesus as Christ as your Lord and Savior?"
Clearly not.
There's the praying mantis.
You're exploiting me
and
for
there's
money.
the
You're
spider
clearly not a
Jesus.
virgin.
There's a spider what?
Spider Jesus.
Oh, what?
There's a spider Jesus.
Spider-Man is Jesus?
Spider Jesus. Boom.
Spider-Man.
I don't know what a spider Jesus is.
Dude, look it up. You'll find it.
Spider Jesus.
I
Curious to know about
got
Spider
that from
Jesus.
freaking Achievement Hunter. Jeremy, like the thing. One of the things he has for Trouble in Terrorist Town. You know how they got the spray paints and stuff like that. His spray paint is Spider Jesus. So
Nice.
yeah.
Spider
I
Jesus.
do know about Bird Jesus.
Oh,
Bird
nice.
Jesus?
What?
Yep. Praise Helix.
Wait, what?
Wait,
what?
Dude, that's a Pokemon thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a
Wait, what?
It's oh, you talk.
Twitch plays Pokemon.
Yeah.
Praise Helix.
I don't know what Helix is.
Okay, let's.
If you don't know what it is,
let's
look it
expand
up.
There was a time where Twitch played Pokemon
Uh-huh.
in the sense that there was a guy who made a program where Twitch would put in commands, and that's what would happen in Pokemon.
Oh, okay.
And so it came to a point where they got Helix, and then they named Helix. Right? That's what happened.
Yeah.
They named it Jesus, or what happened?
No,
What happened? With
Bird
it?
Jesus was the Pidgeot, I think.
Oh,
It kind of just went through the game.
okay.
Yeah,
Elaborate and
he-
expand.
Wait, what?
Like, I don't know too much myself, but like, Anamite was kind of like the, guess the savior of the game that like beat the champion and got him through it.
Oh, okay.
And then there's also like the false god, which is the Flareon.
The false god? I didn't know what that was.
Yeah,
What?
like, pretty
Oh.
much like to betray the team because they wanted to get a Jolteon, but it ended up with a Flareon, so that kind of became like the false prophet.
Ah.
Like ruined the playthrough.
That's great.
I see.
Funny stuff.
The lore.
Yeah, I just saw like bits and pieces of that whole Twitch plays Pokemon thing.
Mhm.
Like it was like a highlights thing.
Yeah.
And I saw this like years ago, so I
It's
I
been
knew
a-
of
it's been a while.
Praise Helix.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really know too much of all that,
Oh, okay.
especially the false prophet thing.
I think that would have been a better joke than the Praise Helix.
That's crazy.
That's
Yeah.
great.
I've only ever seen like the Twitch plays things from like when Carlos puts videos of that of what's it called, Twitch playing GTA or what's it called? No,
Well, that's one of them.
that's not the one that I've seen.
Skyrim.
There you go, Skyrim.
I mean, that was Doug.
Oh, never mind.
Okay,
I was not talking about. I was referring to the game, not to the guy that did it.
yeah. Doug got a whole thing he set up to make Twitch play Skyrim, trying to see if they could beat it. You can watch the video. Link up here. Boom. I don't know if we're doing
I don't
We're
know.
not-
I don't know. I mean, it's okay.
We're not adding a link. That's free advertisement. What?
Just look up Doug. Look it up.
This just in, we finally found out his no.
My sexuality.
Yes.
Found out.
I'm not scared. I thought there was a wire in my back.
Oh.
He's just into voyeurism.
What's voyeurism?
Look it up.
So we don't know what voyeurism is.
Do not explain.
Let's just
it.
not talk about that.
No.
I don't know why I mentioned it. I probably shouldn't have mentioned
Look it up.
Look it up.
Look it up.
I don't know the exact
Look it up.
definition of that.
Stop tapping my shoulder. Sounds creepy. You're as creepy as the skeleton that science teachers would have in the back of the room.
I remember that.
take that as a compliment. I don't know why.
Did you guys ever get to do cool like projects for science class?
No, my school sucked. We didn't do
Oh. What was the coolest thing you ever got to do then?
girl freaking bean. That's it.
Oh, the plant in the cup?
Yeah, no, not even in a cup. It was like you get a paper towel, like a few paper towels. You fold them up, you wet them in water, put it in a Ziploc bag, and then put a bean in there, and just put it on the window, and that's it. You just watch it grow. You don't put dirt or nothing in it. It's just a bean, a wet paper towel, and a Ziploc bag against the window with the sun facing it. That's it.
And a dream.
The dream is what made it grow.
No,
Nothing more.
A lot of our plants died. My plant one year my plant grew like the tallest little like stem.
Mhm.
I was like, "Ha, eat it! I'm the best person here. Mine's longer." And then everybody turned it into a joke, and I'm like, "All right, bet."
Well, I mean,
Mine's-
it's middle school.
I said
So-
my-
Yeah, middle school. Wait, was it middle school?
No, freshman year.
Wow.
Basically middle school.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
Just out of it.
exactly.
You don't really get accustomed to high school till your junior year.
Even then,
You got
I don't
accustomed to
already.
junior year? I didn't get accustomed to high school at all.
That makes sense.
I was too depressed to care. What?
While this guy cries,
You're
what?
ahead of yourself.
While this guy cries, what was your cool projects, Freddy? Did you ever have any cool projects?
Why are you tapping my shoulder? It's kind of creepy.
Yeah, I mean, we did one year have like a science project thing. Every year in middle school we got a new science teacher. So one of the years, I think it was the second one probably.
Their position was cursed.
Kind of, yeah. And so we were like figuring out what to do for like a science project thingy. One of the people decided to make like one of those like handheld fireballs. You know, just alcohol and all that stuff. The whole thing. Look it up online. The one that I decided to get was it was just like colored fire. Like just it was the freaking what's it called? I don't remember what it's like one of those bug thingies. Those bug crap, what is it called? Those pesticide, I guess. I don't know, it's one of those poisons.
Yeah.
And so you just basically have one of those as like the thing to ignite.
Okay.
And when you like mix together whatever, this and that. I don't really remember too well, but then you light it and it was green. It was like green fire.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
I think it was like a green blue fire or something like that.
Yeah, with different chemicals you can have different colored flames. It's actually pretty cool.
I want to see that.
I need to look those up.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, dude.
Cool.
You want some green fire?
Crazy. I remember the night before I needed to get the actual stuff for it. I think we were at HEB because we needed to get the actual ingredients to test it out. And yeah, I just remember that night.
I was bad with projects. I would always let my dad just do it for me because I was just bad at it. I can't do like arts and crafts.
I would have tried if they actually let us do things.
Like, for an example, this was not for science, but it was for my Texas history class in 7th grade.
Yeah.
We were supposed to either do the whole Alamo fort, or you could do just the Alamo building.
Yeah.
I tried to do the whole fort, which is a big square surrounding with walls, and like I had figurines of soldiers, and I wanted to put them there, but it was just bad. I didn't figure it out. I would try to make it out of like shoe boxes, and it didn't pan out the way that I wanted to. It looked terrible, and I didn't have like the paint that I had didn't really cover up everything, and so I just cried. I was like, "Dad, I don't know what to do. I don't want to fail." And he was like, "All right, shut up!" Like, and he grabbed styrofoam. He was like, "Why do I always gotta do everything?" And he made an Alamo shape out of styrofoam. It looked much better than I could ever.
Dude, I was a perfectionist when it came to that, like making stuff out of like let's say for example like your project the Alamo. I'll get like shoe boxes that I don't need anymore, make buildings out of them, and just have like little soldiers there and play.
Do you see these huge hands? They're not made to create.
Your hands were big back then too.
They've always been.
Oh. Big hand problems.
Problems.
My hands are small and nimble. I can actually build stuff. I was actually good at making a lot of things as a kid. We were like dirt poor, broke, and so at some point I just got like bark from a tree, got like the little vines, like the little root vines that stick up in the ground, and I made like little action figures out of that. It was awesome.
That's cool.
Kid creativity.
Yeah.
Hilario, cool projects.
I made an upside down cross too. It was great.
What the? All right.
All you gotta do is make a regular cross and put it upside down.
Exactly.
That's not hard.
Exactly. It's not hard at all. It can either be Jesus or the not Jesus.
Or Paul. He was the one that was upside down.
I don't deserve to be crucified like Jesus. Do it to me in reverse.
Nice.
So Hilario.
So yeah, my high school was actually poor, so like we didn't do like pretty much any science projects.
Yeah.
Until like my senior year in high school, my physics teacher actually he was new there, and well, he kind of like caught on to that we're poor, so like he would invest into his own sort of projects. So I guess like the best thing we did, how would you call it? You know, like those complicated setups that kind of just like trip off one other thing.
Circuits.
Oh,
Yeah.
Trinkets.
Whatever they're called. What's it called again?
It's basically
like
it's chain reaction where you move something.
The chain reaction things.
It's like a Lou Gehrig's machine or something like that.
Anyways, like we pretty much made one like going across like the entire hallway of the science wing.
Wow,
it's pretty cool.
Wait, that sounds cool.
But like, what was it? Was it a roller coaster, or was it just like kind of like domino stuff where like
it's just like a domino effect, trying to get the ball into the little goal.
Oh. That reminds me, we had to make our own little like roller coaster out of like cardboard and paper mache for a science class. I think this was for physics. It was your grade was determined by how long it would take the ball to get to the end from beginning to end, and each time range determined your grade. So if it was like below 10 seconds, it was kind of like C because you still put the effort, you created the model, whatever.
Yeah.
It was like 20 to 30 some was the B, and then obviously if it was like a minute or a little little under a minute or over a minute, it was the A. My team, we just spent the whole time talking. Like two of my partners, we were in band together, but I didn't talk to them too much since I don't know. I was considered pretty annoying, and I had Felix to him. But regardless, they were in band with me, so I already knew them pretty well. And then the third girl, she was also in band, but she didn't play anything. She was in color guard, and so we just spent the whole time just talking. And so our project was literally like the start, did a loop, went like this, and then that was it. It was the end.
Wow.
Yeah, when we show up with it, it's like this tall, but we had people come in with projects that were from the floor, so about right here. And so theirs would go like a loop-de-loop, come down like this. It was basically a roller coaster for the little ball, and theirs would take the minute to get down there. And ours, we just did it, and our teacher was like, I like you guys, so I'm going to give you the B.
That's great.
Because she was like, you know what, you guys are good kids. All right, B.
Hey, man, perks of actually, not getting on the teacher's nerves, like, that goes a long way. Yeah. People, too. Really?
Especially in college.
Oh, dude, for real.
Although sometimes it's hard not to not get on their nerves, because sometimes they're pretty petty. Or the ones that are like, you guys will not pass my class.
Dude. That was my physics teacher.
They got tenure.
That was legit.
Whatever that is.
My physics AP DC teacher back in high school literally said that on the first day of class. He's like, this is the hardest course for any high school student to pass in the U.S. I don't expect any of you to pass this class. I'm like,
it's AP physics, so not passing. So I think what he meant was not pass the AP exam, but pass the class is something else.
No, like the class itself too.
Okay, that's terrible.
Yeah,
and that is terrible. All you need is just the AP exam.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's the whole reason you're taking the course in the first place, to pass the AP exam, and that's the one out nobody passes.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever really took the AP stuff. Well, I did a couple of things, but it's neither here nor there.
Mm-hmm. Now that when you mentioned how the teacher would like invest a little bit into the class and stuff, that reminded me of my U.S. history teacher my junior year. And while getting us ready for the AP exam, what he did was we were learning about like the era of Great Gatsby and stuff, like that era of U.S. times.
20s and all that.
Yeah, the Roaring 20s.
Wow.
And so what he had us do was when we got into class, he was like in a suit and everything, like dressed as a butler. He had legit trays of like cheese cubes and like other things on sticks. It was like a legit like Gatsby party and everything. Cool. And we all picked out of a hat which roles we were. I was the
You were the slave?
No. I was one of the guys who owned like a good railroad company.
Slave owner. Got it.
Got it. Fits you.
And I was in charge of like making business deals and like making like connections with other corporations, other things to make a lot more money. That was my job. And the entire time we were just having fun in class. I talked to like this dude who's supposedly like a well-known pilot and everything for advertising and stuff like that. It was great. And all while I was just eating every single cheese cube that was there because I was addicted to cheese.
Cheese is good.
And it actually friggin' worked. We all got really, really good grades, and especially in that portion of the AP exam. It was awesome.
Immersing yourself into the...
Yeah, that's a lot of the stuff that we would do. When it came to like the Civil War and everything, we were legit like pulled names out of our hat again, and we were like, okay, you're the South, you're the North, debate your sides. And I was like, oh,
I'm in the North, it's cold. Rebuttal?
It's pretty hot down here, you want to check it out?
And the thing was, the only dude who was like African American, well, he was half and half Mexican and African American,
the best
was on the South side, so you had to argue for slavery. And
as it should
and
be.
The good thing was, the funny thing was, I was on his side too, so we just made the worst racist jokes possible, and it was great. Yeah. Dude, we even did like the accents and everything. We're like, well, right here in this dang country, we have morals and understandings that the whites are. And we were like going into it, all while our teacher was just laughing.
Yeah,
it was great.
So that's what we're looking forward to when we become high school teachers.
Well, y'all are going to be using music stuff, but I'd imagine slavery might not be one of the topics you go over.
Well, I guess that kind of like...
Music teachers are a slave to the industry. No, okay.
Might pop up.
Well,
no, I'm just gonna shut up.
Like there might be some social unrest that you just talk about just off the cuff.
Dude, and I will never forget the first thing he said when we were in class. He was like, how cool is it to have a U.S. history teacher whose last name is the same name as a shotgun? And I was like, oh, that's the most America you can get. He's like, exactly. Winchester.
Huh, there you go.
Wow.
Winchester rifle.
Ah.
It was great.
Wow.
Fun fact.
It was awesome.
Fun fact.
I missed that teacher. He got a promotion and went all the way to Austin, and now he's the one who grades like the star exams and stuff.
Dang, he's in state.
Yeah.
Oh my god, he made it to state.
Oh no.
It's like, oh, you made a music all-stater? I'm a teacher all-stater.
We only win one.
And now he works at Austin, and we all miss him.
Wait, what would you say?
Say I only made it 1 year.
For
when I
what?
was in high school, 2 state.
Like for as a whole band or by yourself? Oh, as a whole band?
Marching.
Marching?
Marching, we never made it to state. The most we got was area finals, and we got robbed out of that.
Ooh, my high school, when I was a junior, it was the first time that my high school made it in the past 30 years. So it was pretty cool, because ever since then, we've been making it. Look, my high school has been making it, so it's been pretty cool to be the starter of that tradition once more.
Our
really
rival
cool.
school show was not better than ours. I guarantee that much.
Well,
So
they're
any kid from the rival school, you can suck it. Yours was not better than ours. We got robbed.
Well, even if your concept was better, their technique was obviously better. So
no, they weren't.
We
We saw their show. We saw their film after the contest. It looked worse than ours.
the numbers.
The theatrics were shitty.
Well, the numbers say something else.
How big of a disparity was it? Was it like close, or it seemed like the judges were one-sidedly going for something else?
It was a little. Well, I wouldn't say it was close, but
You were on the losing side.
we were on the losing side. The judges picked that school over us, and we're like, how?
What was
Their
like?
choreography just sucked. It was like samurai based, but it was just cheesy ass like sword fighting. It was like watching little kids.
Oh,
fight
I
out.
think I remember that show. Okay,
Yeah,
I think. Did they have a stage with a backdrop?
Yeah.
I remember that.
Dude, legit, everybody who saw that and then saw our show was like, no, you guys like legit were better than theirs. Theirs wasn't that good.
Well, maybe in concept, because honestly, I feel like that's.
Because ours was an original concept. We did Maze Runner.
See that's cool and all, but I think thinking back now that we're more educated about music and all that, like, and not thinking like a high school student who's in the program, the concept can only take you so far. The concept is only
that's what lets you theatrics, more like coordination.
Yeah, it lets you explore the creativity. But if the program, when it comes to technique, sound, marching, because that's what they're reviewing your marching, the music.
There was more people off step in that school too than there were with us, and we had like like only one person, and that was for like a measure.
Yeah, because it's music, marching, and general effect. Like
even now, looking back on it, remembering like our film versus theirs, we still should have won. It should have been at least closer than what it was.
Well, something wasn't clearly there. Because as much as I would want to say, there's sometimes that things should be closer than they are. Looking back, we weren't. Like, those guys are judges for a good reason, and now it seems more credible now than it did back then.
Omar's looking at his high school like, oh man, we sucked. Why did I ever think we were good? Oh jeez, man, why did I go to this school?
No, what makes you feel bad is when you go to like San Antonio to the big super regionals, and you go up against the number 1 high school in the whole state, and you're like number 45th out of 100.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
And even then, when we made it to state, it wasn't even like, oh, we made finals. No, we were number 25th out of like 30 that made it to state.
God.
So it really puts into perspective when you make it up there, like where you actually stand up there. Like, do you remember the placing that you got, or that your band got when you went to state?
We were 13th.
Out of
14.
I want to say there was like 50 that year.
So that was like pretty good. So it shows you just where you truly stand. But even then, it's like no one cares about your placing if you don't. Yeah,
we were definitely the smallest one there.
Yeah. Like, but sadly, people don't care. It's like, if you don't make finals, what's the point? So
yeah, not the kids were crying on the way back.
Dude, it was funny. I remember going to solo and ensemble. Like,
what's solo and ensemble?
Oh, I need to explain this too.
I know what it is, but people who don't know.
for those of you non-band geeks out there, solo and ensemble is a contest where you're either in a really small like ensemble, which is a group of musicians playing together, like let's say a quartet which has 4 people, or a trio which has 3 people, stuff like that.
Or a septet that has 7.
Your school did that?
That's an ensemble. That's a small ensemble.
Oh yeah, that is kind of small, but we never did that. The max we had was like 4 people. That's it.
Yeah, I'm just joking with you. Yeah, my school never had a septet, but that does count as a small ensemble.
Yeah, it does count as one. Or you also do solos there, where you have a set of music that you just play by yourself in front of a judge, and they give you a score based on like how good you did or how awful you did.
A 1 is good, a 3 is you suck.
Yeah. Don't even get me started on like 4s. I remember one dude got a 5. It was so awful.
Bro, he just didn't show up.
5.
How do you get a 5?
I don't know, but he got a 5. I was like,
imagine the kid.
How can you do that?
When you mentioned AP exams, imagine the kid who loves taking AP exams, goes to a solo ensemble, gets a 5, is like, guys, I got a 5, and everyone's just like,
no.
How'd you do that? He's like, I did super well, right? Bro, a 5? No.
That's just bad.
It's in reverse.
So,
dude, one dream that I have is to where we are able to have a budget so good that we're able to have a bar fight and have totally cover all the costs of like all the breakaway props and just punching each other with no repercussions.
That'd be great.
That would be something.
That'd be cool.
That would
Somebody
be cool.
slashes their eye with a glass.
Oh yeah.
Oh no!
No.
But so what I was saying was, so this one time it was like my first time in a solo thing, and I was nervous. And then there's this one like dude who thought he was like really, really good.
Yeah.
So he was like this elitist saxophone player, and he was hearing me warm up, and he was just like laughing at me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, hey, what if I do better than you? He's like, that's impossible. You can't. Like, he was like the most egotistical person.
Why is your life an anime?
I hate you. But no,
you're literally like, I can picture this. It's just animated Cody just like playing, and there's a guy. It's just like, there's no way you could beat me.
It's just freaking Kaiba. Ha, Yugi boy, your playing sucks.
You're a third-rate dueler, Joey. I mean, Cody.
You're a third-rate saxophone player.
But yeah, go on.
So
fourth-rate mouthpiece.
What?
So I'm just giving this guy like a death look. I didn't even want to like talk to him. I'm just like staring at him down. And then later that same day, the results come in. I get a 1, and not only that, I'm going to state, and he gets a 2. And I look at him like, "Hey, you going to state?" He's like, "No." I'm like, "Look at this. I'm going to state." Look at this.
Wow, way to rub it in. Can you imagine Cody's performing in front of the judge and he's staring at the guy out the window?
This is like looking at the door window like, I'm just like,
what up, my guy?
It just breaks into like careless whisper. No, and then the next year I got a 2 just because I didn't really care about my solo. Then junior year I went back to state, got another 1 at state. So
did they give you a cookie for it?
We got like a pizza party. Does that count?
Dude,
that's like the most generic thing that everybody does is pizza parties. But no,
pizza.
Not only did I go to state that freshman year, I got a 1 at state that freshman year, and I rubbed it in his face again the next time I saw him.
Where was the pizza from though?
Little Caesars.
Little Caesars.
Good.
Cheapest for the value you get.
Like
It's cheap, but it's great.
2 years I did not make state. The other 2 years I made state, and not only did that, I got 1s at state, which is like, if you're not a band geek, you wouldn't know this, but that's really, really hard for somebody to do. You have to be either like a prodigy or you have to be like a try-hard. I was a try-hard.
Yeah, Freddy, why couldn't you do that?
Because I wasn't a try-hard.
Oh.
I was more into video games.
Like sophomore year and senior year, I stopped caring.
Did you just coast by in high school?
In high school, I mean, I did my effort in band, and it felt like I never really improved all that much in it. I feel like honestly, I feel like I peaked like in junior year, because then like at that point I just didn't really care to get better than what I was, and I knew I wasn't even like all that great. I don't know. I just felt comfortable, and so yeah. So I did do the efforts of like getting stuff down and stuff like that, and then kind of just like showing up a little more effort when it came to like certain things going to the end of high school. But honestly, I didn't really put all that much effort into it.
Yeah.
Well, did you at least try when you had to do your ACTs and SATs?
Dude, I was.
That's a no.
I felt competent enough to just get by with that. I did not develop any good study habits. I did not develop any sort of work ethic towards getting good grades. For a majority of my life, I was always at the point where I was good enough, and I was fine with that. I never studied for tax tests, stars, nothing. I was just like, I'm just going to go in, take the test, we're going to pass, we're going to go. And that's happened year after year. That's all it was. And so getting to the end of high school, I was just like, I'm going to do this stuff, going to do whatever, and we're just going to go. I didn't aim for being excellent, and I wasn't trying to do the bare minimum. I was just doing what I could. And I was like, I guess that's that. You know?
It'd be funny if like you're just trying to do the bare minimum, but you get commended by mistake.
Yeah.
I only ever got commended once.
Pretty much how that went for me.
Dude, I never studied.
I would never study or anything. I was just focus in class, do my homework, and I'll just pass.
Because I think it's just the bare minimum that you gotta do is just listen. Even if you're not fully listening, you'll get enough info to pass.
Yeah.
But I think that's why, not that I was super smart in high school, but I did get B's and A's. So when I would see people like with 30s and 40s, at that point, at the time I didn't understand how do you get like a 30 or 20, but now it's like they just wouldn't turn their stuff in.
Yeah,
it's not that they were bad at it because they could completely understand it. It's just that they didn't care, and maybe like for a lot of them they had just rough life startups or just not in the best living situations to where their family accommodated towards the learning life, so it reflected upon their grades. But now that I understand that, it's more like it kind of sucks. Like I feel like now as an adult looking back, it's like I really wish they had like more of an opportunity to allow them to care. But you can't make everyone care. There's got to be the extremes, the super dedicated people. You're the ones that don't care, and you have your bell curve, the ones who will try.
Yeah. You know, there's that whole no child left behind deal. Well, I mean, sometimes someone's gonna kick it. You know, there's only so much you can hold on to.
Yeah,
I finally found out how they were able to pass, and because you know how there's people where it's like, how did you make it to graduation? I would never see you, or I would like, where were you the whole time? I finally found out where they were. This one time, I don't know if I told this before, but I started taking French in high school instead of Spanish because I was already fluent. Yeah. I was like, this is cool. I'll learn a third language. And so my first year, for the first 2 weeks, I had a teacher who was completely fluent in French. Like, she knew what she was doing.
Wow.
But she took a job in Border Patrol. So 2 weeks later, she was out. Wow. They got a sub, which he was good at French. Like, he fluent as well. But he just showed his films the whole time and just sold us snacks while we played Yu-Gi-Oh! And just talked the whole time.
Hey man, whatever gets you the more money.
He literally he would let us walk in if he had somewhere better to go. He'd be like, "Yeah, cool, go leave." And so my sophomore year, because of my schedule, I could not take French. It was on a conflicting schedule with another important class that I needed to take. Come junior year, I finally take it French again to continue my program, and it's another teacher. He's an older gentleman. They actually named the Performing Arts Theater after him. And I was like, really? That's you? He's like, yeah, it's me. I used to be a really good pianist. I was like, that's awesome.
Wow.
I was like, this is awesome because I was actually learning. He would actually teach, and it was really cool. And I was excited to take him the next year because I actually felt like I was learning about the language. But sadly, he had passed away the summer before my French 3 started. And
wow.
I was in the distinguished program, which means like the smarties were in this program, and you had to take 3 language classes, not just 2 like everybody else.
Yeah.
And so when they told us that your teacher had passed away, we have no one to replace them, you're going to have to finish the course through a computer.
Wow.
And so most of the people in my class were in the regular program, so they only had to take the first 2 classes and they were done. I was in the distinguished. So I was the only one that they were like, go to this room, go during your free off period, because I had an off period. My last class, I didn't have any classes. And they were like, here, go to your off period, go to this lab. And I was like, I don't know what this room is. It was at the very back of a hallway that I would never go to. I opened the door. It's all the kids who would never show up to class. It's all the kids who would fail and get 30s and 40s. I walk in and I recognize every single one of them. And they're just complaining to the teacher about all the stuff that they had to do. It's super easy stuff. All you do is just sit there, read the info, and then you answer questions right after.
Yeah.
I finished that French program in a week.
Wow.
Who knows how many classes they're having to do or they had to do before they graduated.
Yeah.
I was there for a week tops, and then I was out.
Can you speak French now?
No, of course not. Like, I probably would have had a little more understanding had I taken that last year with him, but it just didn't happen, and we'll make him rest in peace, but it was terrible. Like, when they told me about it, they brought me into the counselors, and they were like, it was my academic counselor, they were like, yeah, I'm sorry, but he tragically passed away, and since you're in the distinguished program, sadly, you will still have to finish your third French class. There's no time enough for you to switch to Spanish because it's already your senior year. There's no way you're going to be able to get it done.
Wow.
So go to this lab, get it done, and you'll be good. I only went for like 3-4 days, and I got the whole year worth of French done in 4 days.
Wow.
And the teacher gave me all the answers too.
That's pretty cool. Yeah. As far as like those kinds of kids, my last 2 weeks of high school was basically me being one of those kids.
Really?
Yeah, dude. I like dropped the ball super hard at the very end of high school.
Oh no.
Yeah, it was definitely something.
But yeah, you were a bad student?
Yeah. So I feel like I already might have mentioned this in the podcast. I don't know. This is one of my defining moments of what made my bad college habits.
Mm-hmm.
It was a very big dive that I still have yet to recover.
Yeah.
So basically, junior year went into this dual enrollment thingy that the high school was just starting out to do. Before we weren't, and then we changed it up from being La Villa High School to La Villa Early College High School.
Oh.
So yeah. So with that little thing, the dual enrollment thing that I was in was computer science, and I was in that for junior year. I did 1 year. Did all right, and then the spring semester came, and I sucked at that programming class. I was able to do C++1, but not 2. It was hard for me at the time. And so then I tried doing it in the summer again. I was like, yeah, I can't get any of this. This just is completely out of my realm of abilities. And so going into the fall semester, my senior year of high school, I went into a different program that was also still kind of dual enrollment because you would still get like an associate's thing.
Yeah.
But, all that. But because I was going into that 2-year program 1 year in, I had a lot of classes compiled for me to be able to catch up. And with me not even be able to do things with a regular schedule, with that kind of schedule, I wasn't able to do it. I did a lot of criminal justice classes. I did a lot of this and that. I was able to get some amount out of it, but then in the spring semester, like at the very end of it, it was just like a lot. And I was just telling them like, okay, I can't do this. I'm not going to be able to finish this program. I just want to get dropped out of all this stuff because it's not happening. And they were like, oh, well, you still have X amount of time. I can't remember how much time. It was like 2 weeks. I think it had like 2 or 3 weeks left before the drop date. And so they were like, oh, we'll just see what happens in that time. Just do your best, this and that. And then at that point, then we'll drop you. I selectively chose not to listen to the encouraging aspect of that. And I was just, all I took from that was, so what you're saying is I just need to be in these classes until this time, depending on how I look. Then I'll be taken out. And I was already set on getting myself out. So I was not planning on improving myself.
Nice.
All I did was go, because we would do morning high school. We did all the high school classes in the morning, and then after lunch, then we'd be taken over to the college. I think it was STC. Yeah, and then we go there, we do the classes. It was like 2 or 3 classes to end it off. I think it was 2. And so, and then by the time it was, or 3, and then by the time it was done, then we get back to La Villa. It was already like 5 or something, 4 or 5. So the times that I would go from that point onward, I'm not sure if I decided that on immediately after that meeting or if it was like sometime after that. But then I decided, all right, I guess I'll just play off that I'm going to classes, but I'm not. So I would go to STC. I would just go to the rec room and I was just playing on my DS. I started playing Pokemon. I just wow. Yeah, I was just doing that.
Yeah,
I was just doing that, and yeah, I was playing Pokemon. I think I was playing Pokemon X and Y or something. No, it was, I think so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
As soon as you said X and Y, Hlario just went calculating mode.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I had gotten a 2DS. I can't remember where I got that from because I definitely did not buy that. I got that from a friend, I believe.
Nice.
Yeah, because his family, they were at least willing to spend money on him for the gaming aspect.
Free consoles, best consoles.
Yeah. So I had the 2DS playing that, and then it comes to the time where it's a drop date, and I tell them, hey, look, grades suck, things are bad, this and that, or whatever. And obviously, I wasn't attending class. I wasn't turning anything in. I was just not doing anything. So my grades were a lot worse than initially, and they were like, "Oh, what happened? This and that." I could have lied. I could have given an excuse. I told him. You said that depending on how I was at this point in time, we would decide whether I would drop these classes or if it would continue. I decided not to attend any classes, and I just wasted everybody's time. And now there's no way for me to actually pass this class, so I have to be dropped. So I told them that. And they were very much shocked. They were surprised. They were like, so you skipped all this and that, and I was just like, yeah, I did that. I skipped all these classes. And they were like, how much like this and this or whatever, like, how much these classes cost, knowing how much college classes cost.
Yeah.
And for me to just waste all that.
Yeah.
It's just like, I just told them like, you told me I had this amount of time and I wanted to get dropped back then, but you didn't let me, and I was not going to keep going when I did not want to. And so they said it was on the line for me to not actually pass high school.
Whoa.
Yeah. So they told me that I was going to be in school suspension for like the last, like, I think like 2-3 weeks of me being in high school.
Jeez.
And so, and with that, I had to do all the assignments and stuff for my regular classes, and also do these other online classes to make up for I don't know. It was a bunch of reading, English, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. And so my last like 3 weeks of high school was me in school suspension with all the other people who were like regulars there. And so, yeah, and everybody was just like, dang, Freddy, this and that. He's like in that. Because like I wasn't the one to really be in that.
Yeah.
But at the very end, I was just like, I'm done. I don't care about any of this.
I walked.
It was like I did. Yeah. I finished all my. I had to calculate how much work I had to make up.
Yeah.
With how many days I had, and to recognize how much I needed to get done every day. I did everything that I needed to finish it up, and it was a lot of reading. I read Hamlet.
Jeez.
Yeah, it was a lot of stuff. And then when I finished it off, I remember being at the point of like, dang, I could really like not pass high school right now. But I mean, I passed high school. I was able to catch up. I was able to do it. I did all the stuff. And then, yeah, it was like, yeah. And then I walked. I had like the worst attitude towards the school. I had the worst attitude towards the idea of college. And that definitely did not go away for a long time. So when I went into actual college, I did not have very good habits of attending classes or doing things on time or being honest or, that kind of thing. So, yeah.
That is what we call in the industry a big oof.
Yeah. So, as it is definitely not my proudest moment. I don't like the fact that I did that.
Mm-hmm.
But I did that. And yeah, I can't take it back. That's all I did. That's what happened. And I really wish I was not like that, but it happened that way.
Wow. Yeah. Will you come back to school ever again?
I will try, but it is hard to. I still have like that, like those feelings that I feel like I still need to work out or something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure I could be a better student because like it's college. It's for higher education, get a better job and all that. So I recognize the value in it now, like the actual monetary value in it.
Yeah.
And back then I was just this, angsty teen with a bunch of attitude, I guess. I don't know. I was going through a bit of stuff.
You could have been a Power Ranger. You had the attitude, and you were a teenager.
Yeah, I could have. I definitely had different things on my mind at the time.
Dang it.
That were
Mr. Power Ranger. Dexter, what color would he be then?
Blue.
Blue?
I'll take blue. Yeah, I like blue.
I see blue. I see blue. But yeah.
Hlario.
Lesson learned.
Yeah, lesson. Okay, just to answer your question real quick. He would be the one and only orange, the true orange.
The
Yeah,
orange-
you're just that unique. You'd be the orange.
There's never been an Orange Ranger until
There
you.
has, but they're not official.
Dang it!
You'd be the annoying
So
orange.
he's not special then.
Orange is like my least favorite color.
Too bad you're orange. You're orange.
What?
Deal with it.
Next time we will all be
I wanna
Power Rangers.
a
Okay.
blue, midnight blue.
Midnight blue.
You don't get to choose what you want.
A cyan blue.
He's the encyclopedia. He's
What do you
like
want,
that
midnight
one.
or cyan?
Yeah, what do you want?
He's
Daytime or nighttime?
he's like that one hat from Harry Potter that's like, you go here, you go here.
Gray Ranger.
He sits on your head, Grey Ranger.
Oh gosh. Well, this has been a good time with y'all.
Stay in school.
Yeah, if there's anything y'all should learn is that clean up that mouth, stay in school, try hard. You don't gotta try too hard. Just do the bare minimum. You'll be fine. Don't worry too much about what you look like. We'll take a shower.
Don't work hard. Do everything the easy way. It's great.
You'll be fine. Just getting by, and if like Freddy showed us, just getting by is perfectly okay.
I'm not at the best place right now, so maybe don't do that.
Be like Freddy.
Don't.
Nobody
Don't. You don't want to be where I'm at. All right. You don't want to be. You don't want to be me. As much as they like to praise me up, I don't know why. You don't want to be like me. You
You're
really
just
do
that
not.
praisable, man.
I'm not. I am not. I've done so much bad stuff. I can't.
Well, if anything, it gives an example towards a better person.
I've only ever saw myself as a good example of what not to do. So,
And that is a good lesson to learn.
Relatable.
Hashtag relatable. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully, you put in the comments what you guys think of if you have good dental hygiene, or if you were ever good at school or bad at school. Leave it down in the comments. Tell us what you thought. Tune into the other episodes that we have online. This is episode 20. We've come a long stretch, and hopefully you've been seeing the quality bump up. Check out the Dick channel. There's some great stuff coming up. We're gonna have some good cooking videos coming up, hopefully pretty soon.
yeah.
Right.
Anyways, go check out all the other stuff that we have, and we'll see you next time on the next episode of the CodeO-cast.
Not an Orange Ranger.